Hi everyone, I'm here today to talk about a token economy system. For today's purposes, I'm going to be calling my learner Joe. That's because I am going to be talking about one of my actual learners that I work with at my job, so I don't want to be using his real name, so we're just going to call him Joe. Joe is 7 years old. He has autism and goes to a school that specializes in children with autism and compounding disorders. So this school is entirely children of that kind, learners of that kind. They range from the ages of 6 up to 21. He is in a classroom that has an age range of 6 to 9. Some of his behaviors include motor stereotypy. That is his most prevalent behavior, I would say. It is the only one that we are currently tracking at the moment. So a token economy system has been really great for him. We just updated his plan to actually help with the motor stereotypy, and it seems to be going really well. So this is his board. I have tape up here just because that is where his name would be. All of our learners have specialized token boards. His interest is Baby Shark. Seems pretty typical. He loves it. The personalization of it really just helps with engagement. And I don't know, it helps with token tracking and overall attending. So one way that this can be used for behavior wise is let's just say he's already has 5 tokens on his board. He's answered 5 responses correctly, and for answering those responses correctly, he also has to have his hands down. So we have on his desk an image of his actual hands on his desk like this, and it's taped there, and so he sits there with his hands like this. He does very well with it for the most part. So he sits there like this. He's allowed to move his hands, you know, a little bit, not in a motor stereotypy way, but he can lift his hands up. He can, you know, if he's being asked to clap his hands or to like touch a body part or scratch an itch, anything like that, like his hands can come up. That doesn't count against him. It's just motor stereotypy. So if he answers those responses correctly, he gets a token as well as praise. He's on an FR1 schedule, so fixed ratio 1. So for every token he receives, every correct response that he has, he gets a token. And we do a lot of verbal praise, like great job, good job. We praise a lot of behaviors, like great, your hands are down, good, that's keeping your hands down, great, you got the answer right. Touch your nose. He touches his nose. Great job, that's touching your nose. And I love how your hands are down. Awesome. So that's how they can, like, that's how they earn their tokens. Or for him, that's how he would earn his tokens. But if you were to engage in motor stereotypy, we have tried all forms of positive, but sadly we have to move into punishment, which, you know, is not preferable. We've tried everything to stay away from it, but we are at a point where it's kind of our last option. His parents approved it. We've talked to the BCBAs, his home team, and they've all agreed that this is going to be most beneficial for him in shaping this behavior. So if he engages in motor stereotypy while you're working with him, you're going to show him his token board. You're going to say, that's not keeping your hands down. And you're going to remove a token. If he puts his hands back down, you can praise, good, that's keeping your hands down, and have him do something super quick to earn that token right back. So, what's your name? He tells you his name, Joe. Great, your name is Joe, and I love how your hands down. Look, you earned your token, great job. Oh, I also forgot to mention, on top we have an I want section. The I want section is all of their reinforcers. So this is really what they should do first. So we have a whole bunch of options. He actually has stuff in his all done currently. I didn't empty it out before this. But he has just like a whole bunch of choices that we have at school. Like we have bowling pins or little plastic bowling pins, a grocery store clerk. He can play the Switch. He can have a Slinky, which he likes. We have this little like virtual GameCube that is so cool. Like you have it on Amazon. It has like these games on it. I don't know. It's got like Fruit Ninja on it, and like it's interactive. So they hold their hands up, and like it scans your hands, and then you use your arms to like do everything. So a lot of our kids like Fruit Ninja. That's a big one. We have one that's like Whack-A-Mole. And then another one that's a soccer game. So you play as like the goalie and you block the balls. It's very cool. The kids love it. It's super interactive. It's great. They play together, which is awesome for socialization. Chair rides. That's a big thing at our school. They can sit in a chair and we push them around the hallways. The kids love it. A whole bunch of things. Just, we like to give them as many options as they can, but we like to have a variety. We don't over put certain things, like things that we know that they gravitate more, we try to put less of, and things that we think that they would really enjoy if they were to take the time to play with it, we try to put more of that on there, so they are almost kind of forced to pick those choices, but it's beneficial. So yeah, that's how they would earn, and it really works very well, like for, you know, helping with motor stereotypy and just, I don't know, engagement, keeping them attending. I like to start with a lot of attending trials. So the first 5 tokens that we would go through, I would just have it be attending. It would be, we would be sitting face to face, and I would just say, Joe. And if he looked at me, I'd be like, great, that's looking at me, and I love how your hands are down. What's your name? Tell me his name. Good, your name is Joe. Nice job. What's your mom's name? He knows his mom's name, so he tells me, good, that's telling me your mom's name. Your hands are down. Nice job. And I love how you're staying in your seat. Stuff like that. And that's how it starts, so just to get their attention very well. And then I would move into our program. Now, the attending portion of it, I only do the start of my period, so that way it just starts it off better. I won't do it for every single time we sit down. Otherwise, we just wouldn't get through all of our work quickly. So if he had picked, like, you know, the Slinky to play with after he had earned all 10 of his tokens, he would then earn his Slinky. And he would have, we have little timers. He's getting very proficient at using it. So it's, I don't know, it's like a stopwatch looking time. Not even like a stopwatch. It's just, no, it's a little timer. And he presses the buttons to start it. So he gets, like, it says on the board 2 minutes. So he presses 2 minutes and the 2 minutes go, and he plays with the Slinky. When the 2 minutes are up, he goes over, he stops his timer on the timer board. He asks for more time, and then underneath that, it says more time on there. And then underneath that, it says 1 minute, and then he will put in 1 minute, and then he gets an extra minute. But now, however, if he were to engage in motor stereotypy while on a reinforcer, because he tends to, the reinforcer suddenly ends, we get back to work, but he can then re-earn that thing, especially if he didn't get to spend a lot of time with it. So yeah, token economy system, I think it's amazing. I think that it really benefits all of our children. I love that they know that after they get these 10 tokens, I get to have a break, I get to have fun, and I can walk away from my work. I think it's super beneficial.